Good morning, all of you. I hope that you all are completely fine. My name is Shobik Das. I will be teaching you physics. So, here we start with our first chapter of physics. The name of the chapter is Measurements and Experimentation. First, we will see what do you mean by measurements. Then, we will be proceeding for experimentation with the help of different equipments which we will be using for measurement purpose. This chapter is basically and basic concepts of all the chapters, because there are many terms which will be included in this chapter, and we will be using all these things in a next chapter or the whole syllabus. Let's start. What do you mean by measurement? Measurement is a process of comparison of given physical quantities with a known standard quantity of same nature. Take for example, I am having this pen. I want to measure this pen. So what I will be doing? I will be taking a scale in front of it and then measure it. So this pen is called as given physical quantity. What is this pen called as? Given physical quantity. Okay. And we are having this scale. This scale is called as known standard quantity. So for measurement, what we will be doing? We will be bringing this pen, which is a given physical quantity, in front of the scale, which is known standard quantity. And both should be of a same nature. Take for example, we want to measure the temperature of a body. For measuring temperature of our body, we would take which instrument? Meter scale or thermometer? We would take thermometer, as both our body temperature and thermometer are of same nature. Next one is unit. Unit is a quantity of a constant magnitude which is used to measure the magnitude of other quantity of same nature. Take for example, we want to measure the length of an object. What we will be using? We will be using a meter scale. Meter scale will also be having the units in terms of meter, and we want to measure the instrument also in meters only. Next one, how is measurement expressed? Measurement can be expressed in terms of basically two parameters. First one, unit in which the quantity is been measured. What unit? For measuring the temperature of the substance, we use degree Kelvin. For measuring the weight of the substance, we use kg, kilogram. For measuring the length of an object, we measure it in centimeter, meter, kilometer, or whatsoever. Next one is numerical value, which expresses how many times the above term has been selected. Take for example, this pen. If this pen's measurement is 5 centimeter, means what? Centimeter is been repeated 5 times. Means what? Centimeter is been repeated 5 times. So how much amount of time centimeter has been repeated, or that unit is been repeated, that is the numerical value. So it can be expressed as physical quantity is equal to numerical value into unit. Next is an example. If a length of a piece of a cloth is 10 meters, it means that the length is measured in the unit called meter, and it contains 10 times in the length of the piece of the cloth. Next example, if we are given sugar for measurement according to its weight, if it is of 5 kg, means kilogram has been repeated 5 times. Kilogram has been repeated 5 times. Now there are some conditions on which units has been chosen. First one, The unit should be of a convenient size. It should be possible to define the unit without any ambiguity. Without any ambiguity means what? Without any hesitation. It is possible to define unit. Take for example, I am going to any place on the universe. I should be able to define the unit called centimeter for measuring length, called kg for measuring weight, for time, seconds. It should be easily reproducible. Take for example, I am sitting in India. I am talking to a scientist who is there in US. Both of us are measuring one object that is 5 centimeter. So whenever I tell 5 centimeter, it should be clear the person who is sitting outside India that what this 5 centimeter means. Fifth point, the values of unit should not change with the space and time. It should be constant. It shouldn't change with space and time. Means take for example, if I am keeping 1 kg of rice in the morning, by night it should remain 1 kg of rice only. It shouldn't change according to time and space. Okay, next one is kind of units. There are basically two kinds of units. First one, fundamental or basic units. Next one is derived unit. Now we will see what do you mean by fundamental units. Fundamental unit is that unit which is independent of any other units for its measurement purpose. Take for example, for measuring the mass of an object, for measuring length of an object, time, temperature, amount of substance, we don't have to rely on other units for its measurement. For measuring the length of the object, we just have to take a scale and do for measurement. For measuring mass of an object, also mass, time, for measuring time of an object, we just have to take a stopwatch and measure the time. For measuring current, we just have to take ammeter. This all things means fundamental means what? Fundamental units which doesn't depends on any other units for its measurement. Next one is derived unit. Derived means what? We are relying on other fundamental unit for its measurement are called as derived unit. Take for example, if we want to measure the area of a cube or area of a rectangle, what is the formula of area of a rectangle? That is length into breadth. Means length will measure the object's size in terms of meter, and breadth will also measure the object size in terms of meter. So it is meter square. So derived means what? We are relying on other fundamental unit for its measurement. We will see the definition now. Derived units are those which depends on the fundamental units or which can be expressed in terms of fundamental units. Take for example, area of an object is measured in length square. Volume of an object is measured in what? Length cube. Speed. What is the formula for speed? Distance upon time. So distance is measured in meter and time is measured in seconds. So unit of speed will be what? Meter per second. So speed is called as derived unit. Next one, system of units. See, previously scientists of different countries, continents used to measure different things according to different systems. So you will see first system which we are stating over here, it is CGS system. CGS means what? Length of the object is measured in centimeter, mass of the object is measured in gram, time is measured in seconds. Similarly, FPS system. F first term is denoting length of the object. F length means what? Foot. Length is measured in foot. P means what? Mass is measured in pound. And time is measured in seconds. Last is MK system. MK system is also called as SI system. Length of the object is measured in meters. Mass of the object is measured in kilogram. And time required is measured in seconds. Next one is fundamental units. What are the fundamental units? We will go through all of the fundamental units. For measuring the length of the object, unit of length is meter and its symbol is m. Mass, unit is kilogram and its symbol is kg. Time, its unit is seconds and its symbol is s. Kelvin, temperature, unit of temperature is Kelvin and it's measured by K. Next one, luminous intensity. Luminous intensity, I think you are hearing this term for the first time. Luminous intensity means what? How much intensity of light is there in a certain room can be measured. It is called as luminous intensity. It is measured by the term called as candela and it is symbol denoted by CD. Small c, small d. Next one, electric current. You might have already studied something related to current in 7th and 8th. So unit of current is ampere and it is denoted by capital A. Why does capital A and why length is small m? That will be explained to you afterwards. Next one, amount of substance. It is basically related to chemistry. Amount of substance is unit is mole and its symbol is MOL. Next one, angle. Angle, how much angle is been created? It is denoted by radian and it is denoted by RD. Next one is solid angle. Actually, the difference between angle and solid angle is that angle is 2D and solid angle is 3D. Solid angle, its unit is teradian and it is measured or its symbol is ST-RD. Some prefix. This prefix are very important as per your syllabus is concerned. Many of you might have studied this in your school days as well. Deca, hecta, kilo, mega, giga. See, deca is united by DA and it is 10⁻⁴. This is a bigger units. I want to give stress on this bigger. Bigger means what? It is 10⁻⁴. Always 10 to the power, it is addition. 10 to the power addition. Deca, hecta, kilo, kilometer, kiloliter. So always it is denoted by the term 10⁻⁴. Mega, 10⁶. Giga, you might have already heard this word. Gigabyte, terabyte. Giga means what? 10⁶. Tera means what? 10⁻⁴. Penta, 10⁻⁵. Exa, 10⁻⁸. Zeta, 10⁻�21. Iota, 10⁻⁴. See, you don't have to study all of these things. Only basic thing is that you should be knowing only up till tera, that is 10⁻⁴. Okay, it will be useful for you for your further physics syllabus and all. Next one, smaller units. Like I've already stated you, previously it was bigger units, now it is smaller units. Smaller units means what? It is 10⁻⁻. Okay, smaller units. Smaller units means what? It is 10 to the power minus. Deci. Deci means what? 10⁻⁻⁴. Centi. It is denoted by C. Centimeter. C. 10⁻⁻². Milli. Millimeter. It is denoted by small mm. It is 10⁻⁻�3. It is smaller. As it is smaller, so everything which is to the power, it is minus. Micro. Micro means what? 10⁻⁻⁶. Nano, 10⁻⁻⁹. Pico, 10⁻⁻12. Again, I will state, only you have to learn up till this 10⁻⁻12 only. We will be dealing only up till pico. Next one. This is a unit of length or unit of length definition. But according to your syllabus for 9th and 10th, you might be knowing questions are basically asked on the basis of application point of view. So definition is not been asked, and this definition will not be asked. So you only are supposed to read this definition and proceed further. So I will read it for you. A meter was originally defined in 1889 as the distance between two marks drawn on the platinum iridium rod kept at 0 degrees Celsius. Take for example, we are marking 2 points at platinum iridium alloy. The distance between them is called as length. In the International Bureau of Weights and Measurements at Sevres near Paris. Okay. First one, which we'll be starting with, unit of length. SI unit of length is meter. Over here, we will see all the smaller units of length as well as the bigger units of length. First smaller unit of length is centimeter. For converting centimeter to meter, we multiply by 10 raised to minus 2 or divide by 100. For converting millimeter to meter, we divide by 10 raised to minus 3. Micrometer. So over here, this is a pronunciation, it's called as a micro. This is a sign of micro as well. Micrometer is 10 raised to minus 6 meter. Nano, 10 raised to minus 9. Astrom, 10 raised to minus 10. Fermi, 10 raised to minus 15. Bigger units, kilometer. Kilo, which we have already studied previously. Kilo means 10 raised to 3 and it is meter. Armstrong unit, 1.496 into 10 raised to 11 meter. Light year. Light year is used for measuring the length of the astronomical objects which we can see. So light year is used for measuring length only. It is 9.46 into 10 raised to 15 meter. Parsec, it is also used for measuring length. See over here, out of this various units been given, in board papers they might give you kilometer is used for measuring which type of quantity. The answer is length. Light year is used for measuring which type of quantity. The answer is length. Out of this, any question might be asked. So you should be knowing nanometer, light year, kilometer is used for measuring what? It is used for measuring length only. Okay. Next one. Unit of mass. Here is a definition again. Don't give much stress on definitions for mugging up the definitions. Only you should know what is the definition. In 1889, 1 kilogram was defined as a mass of a cylindrical piece of platinum iridium alloy kept at International Bureau of Weight and Measures at Sevres near Paris. SI unit of mass is what? Kg. Again, we will see smaller and bigger units of mass. First smaller unit of mass is gram. Gram means what? 10 raised to minus 3 kg. Milligram. Milligram again 10 raised to minus 6. U, or it is called as atomic mass unit. Atomic mass unit, it is denoted by AMU. It is 1.66 into 10 raised to minus 27. Quintal. Quintal means what? It is a bigger unit. So it is 1 quintal is 100 kg. Metric ton. Metric ton means 1000 kg. Solar mass is 2 into 10 raised to 30 kg. Next one, unit of time. You might be knowing SI unit of time is seconds. Again, we will start with the definition. A seconds is defined as 1 upon 86400th part of a mean solar day. Smaller units of time, 1 millisecond. Milli, it is a smaller unit, so it is 10 raised to minus 3. Micro second, Micro, 10 raised to minus 6. 1 shake, 10 raised to minus 8. Nanosecond, 10 raised to minus 9 seconds. Now we will see bigger unit of time. Bigger. Minute, you might be knowing 1 minute is having 60 seconds. 1 hour is having 3600 seconds. How it is coming? Because each minute is having 60 seconds and in 1 hour there is already 60 minutes. So it is 60 into 60. 1 day. 1 day. So we will multiply 24 by 3600. We will be getting how much seconds is there in 1 day. That is 86400 seconds. 1 month. 1 month, if we multiply the above day by 30, we will be getting 259200. 92000. Okay. Next one again, bigger unit. Year. 1 year means what? 365 into this one, we will be getting the value, that is 3.1536 into 10 to the 7. Decade. Decade means what? It consists of 10 years. So if we multiply the above by 10, we will be getting this value. Century. Century means what? It is consisting of how much? 100 years. So if we multiply above by 100, we will be getting this value. Millennium, it is this one. 1000. Next one, you should be knowing which formula along with what unit is it. Area. Area's formula is what? Length into breadth. Area's formula, length into breadth. So its derived unit will be of length, meter, and derived unit of breadth also will be of meter. So it is meter into meter, we will be getting meter square. Next one, volume. Volume's formula is what? Length into breadth into height. Means what? It is meter into meter into meter. So it is meter cube. Next one, density. Density is what? Mass upon volume. As it is mass upon volume. Mass is measured in what? Kilogram. And volume is what? Meter cube. So its SI unit will be kg per meter cube, or we can write it in this manner as well, that is kg meter minus 3. Next one, speed or velocity. It is speed or velocity. What is the formula? That is distance upon time or displacement upon time. Distance is measured in meters and time is measured in seconds. So you will be getting meter per second. Next one, acceleration. Acceleration's formula is what? Velocity upon time. Velocity upon time means what? Velocity is SI unit is meter per second. Time is again second. So meter per second square. So it can be denoted by meter seconds minus 2. Next one is force. What is the formula for force? Mass into acceleration. Mass. Mass is measured in what? Kilogram. Acceleration, we have already studied previously. It is meter per second square. So it will be kg meter per second square. This whole can also be denoted by only one thing, that is Newton. It is denoted by capital N. Next one, momentum. Momentum's formula is what? Mass into velocity. Mass is measured in what? Kilogram. Velocity is measured in what? Meter per second. So it can be denoted by kg meter per second, or it can be also denoted as Newton second. Next one, work or energy. Like we have already studied that work and energy are having same SI unit. Both are force into displacement. Force SI unit is kilogram into meter per second square into meter again. So its SI unit is kilogram meter square seconds minus 2. Next one, momentum of a force or a torque. It is denoted as F into D, force into displacement. So its SI unit is Newton meter. Next one, power. Power means what? It is work done upon time taken. Upon time taken means what? It is coming in the denominator. As it is coming in the denominator, so we can write it as joule per second or watt. Power's SI unit is also watt. It is denoted by capital W. Next one, pressure. Pressure is what? Force upon area. Force SI unit is what? Newton. Area's SI unit is what? Meter square. So its SI unit will be Newton per meter square. Frequency. Frequency is what? Number of oscillation completed in 1 second. So it is formula is 1 upon time period. So it is denoted by 1 upon seconds. If we take seconds in the numerator only, it will be seconds raised to -1, or we can also denote it as hertz. So its SI unit is seconds raised to -1 or Hz. Next one, there is certain guidelines for writing the unit. First guideline is that the system of for a unit which is not the name after the scientist is always written in small letters. For example, meter is measured in meter, seconds is measured in seconds, is written as small s, meter is written as small m, kilogram is written as small kg only. As meter, seconds, kilogram are not at all the name of a scientist, so it is denoted all in small letters. Next one. Second one, the symbol for unit, which is the name of a scientist. Take for example Newton, joule, watt, Pascal, hertz, coulomb, volt. This all are the name of the scientist. So if we want to denote Newton by only one letter, it should be written as capital N, as Newton is a name of a scientist. And if you don't want to write it on a single word, then you have to write it in full, NEWTON. Next one, joule, as it is a name of a scientist again, you have to denote it by capital J. Next one is watt, again name of a scientist, it should be written as capital W. Pascal, PA. Hertz, HZ, capital H, small z. Coulomb, capital C. There are many things. Next one. The full name of a unit, irrespective of the fact whether it is a name of a scientist or not, is always written as the lower initial letters. Example, unit of a mass is written as kilogram. K is small and not K is capital. K should be always small, kilogram. Similarly, unit of length is meter. So if you are writing full meter, METRE, then M should be written small only. M shouldn't be written as capital. Again, force, unit of force is what? Newton. But over here, Newton, even if it is a name of a scientist, then also it should be written as NEWTON. Next one, joule, it should be written as JOU, J should be small. Like you have understood, I think. Next one, compound unit found by multiplication of 2 or more units is written after putting a dot, cross, or leaving a space between them. Take for example, torques, SI unit is what? Newton meter. So it can be written as N dot M or N space M or NM. All are right. Next one. Negative power is used for compound unit, which are formed by dividing one unit by the other. Take for example, velocities, SI unit is what? Meter per second. Second is coming in the denominator. As seconds is coming in the denominator, we are not supposed to write meter per second, or we are not supposed to write meter seconds. It should be always be written as meter seconds -1. Why seconds is coming -1? because it is coming in the denominator. Next one, unit of power is what? Joule per second. But we are having one more unit, that is watt, but we'll not be considering over here. Joule per second. Again, second is coming in the denominator. So we'll be writing J, capital J, S raised to minus 1. Next one, the unit in its short form is never written in plural. For example, 10 meters cannot be written as 10 ms. It should only be written as 10 m. Because if you are writing as 10 ms, we will be reading it as milliseconds. Okay, so plural form will not be considered, only singular form you have to write. To avoid powers of tens in terms of magnitude of the quantity, prefixes can be used. But a unit must not be written more than one prefix. For example, instead of writing kmw, kilo megawatt, kilo means what? 10 raised to 3. Mega means what? 10 raised to 6. So we can combine this to k and m, kilo and mega, and write it by only one term, that is gigawatt, that is 10 raised to 9. Only one prefix will be acceptable, not more than one. Thank you.